Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week. No, this is for mid-September 2024, and we are just going to jump right in here. You have this spiritual transformation card and this fertility and satisfaction card showing up here. We have this eclipse on Tuesday, the 17th, so definitely a time of transformation or undergoing a transformation. Pretty much every single person has had a transformation card, which again makes sense based off the astrology. You start with the Chariot, the Four of Swords, and the Justice card. It's kind of funny because, this is very quick movement, and this is, resting, relaxing, recovering, or almost no movement. And a lot of you, you could be taking a break after a lot of movement or after doing just a lot of stuff in your life. And that's kind of how I feel with those cards. I also feel like some of you have been doing something. I actually don't know how to explain what I feel here, but I kind of feel that sometimes Chariot to the Four of Swords, you've done a lot of work and you're waiting on a result, and so there has been a flurry of activity in your recent past with this Chariot card coming up in the first position, and I feel like that Four of Swords is saying you're waiting for the result. So if you've been doing a lot of work on whatever in your life, then I kind of feel that you are hoping for a result. And the good news is that you have that fertility and satisfaction card. You also have the Six of Wands, which is a victory. And so a lot of you could be having a victory or a big win after putting in a lot of work into something. Again, if you're thinking about putting a lot of work into something as well, same thing with the Chariot card, this and the Four of Swords. I feel like this is saying that doing a lot of work, if that's what you're thinking about doing, which is kind of the feeling I get here. For some of you, you've already done it. If you've been working behind the scenes on a lot of stuff and you're about to launch something, or if you're putting something out into the world or whatever, then I feel like you're in this space here, which is the resting, relaxing, recovering space. And he is hoping and praying for blessings. There's a person who is blessing another person in this stained glass window. So a lot of you have done work and you're hoping to receive the blessings for that work. And like I said, I feel the good news is that there are, blessings. You have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles showing up here as well. And these are all good cards. Even that Page of Cups can be something that you're dreaming of manifesting, right? And so it doesn't have to be love. And I feel a lot of you could be getting blessings that you've worked for, more or less. You have the Justice card. Justice is you showing up in a very strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength in the reading. You also kind of show up here, the Queen of Swords could also be you, or just your air energy. And so I feel that you are showing up in a really, really good place here, Libra. So even after the eclipse, I feel the energy could be changing for the better. I've also noticed a lot of aces in these readings, multiple signs have had more than one ace, and you have two, Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups, so that's really good. With the Chariot, you have the Lovers. If you do want love, it's a pretty good love reading. I think it's a good time for love between now and October 11th or somewhere around there. So basically between now and then, we have none of the personal planets are going retrograde. So we're talking about Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all direct. But after, I think it's October 11th, all those planets all start going retrograde. Not all at the same time, not all on October 11th, but that's the beginning. We'll have a Mercury retrograde at the end of the year. We'll have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year. Venus is going retrograde. So, again, I think now is the time to put yourself out there for those of you that want love. With the Four of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is a card of patience. Again, it's kind of solidifying that feeling I have. You've done a bunch of work, and now you're being patient for the result. And I kind of feel that's what this first row is saying, is you've done a bunch of work and you're just waiting for the result. And again, I feel a small percentage of you are thinking about doing a bunch of work, and I do feel this is saying do it. It's going to pay off. With the Justice card, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is, can represent a soulmate for sure. Six of Cups can represent thinking about the past, but kind of for you, I feel this is more talking about a turnaround. This eclipse, I think, is bringing, the number one word that I kept getting for the eclipse was breakthrough, right? I feel like and eclipses absolutely can bring in a breakthrough into our lives. And I feel like that's what this eclipse is doing for you. is that you could be having or experiencing a turnaround. The Six of Cups, I sometimes feel, is a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is removal of obstacles. So if you've been experiencing an obstacle with something that you do, then this could say that you are overcoming that obstacle. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this reconnect card. You also have this record card. So it could be a great time to kind of pay attention to your results. The record card, I think, is saying, again, pay attention to your results. I feel, this is like, the reason I talk about this so much is it's the thing that changed my life the most, which was paying attention to what's working and doubling down on what's working. But again, we don't really know what is working until we pay attention to the results and also record the results. I've worked with businesses since I was like literally 16 years old, and I cannot tell you how many people have no freaking clue in business what is working, for example. And it's like, it made my job easy as a marketing consultant, right? Because I would just go into these businesses, I would make them record their results and pay attention to the numbers, and they would make more money, right? Just by simply paying attention to what's working. And so again, not enough of us do this in our lives. Like, again, you don't have to have a business to make this work. You can record the results that you're getting in all areas of your life, and then that will help you get better results as long as you're paying attention. The reconnect card, I feel like you're reconnecting with yourself. You show up basically twice here, and so I feel it's just you. You have the Two of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Just ready for a new adventure is what this is really saying to me. The Page of Wands, very enthusiastic, excited for a new adventure. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. You also have the Ace of Cups as well. Aces are kind of new opportunities that are being presented to you. And the Two of Wands, he is, the story of him is that he is standing at the top of his castle, and he has this wand right here, which this wand stands on its own. It doesn't need him to hold it up. So it's like something in your life is complete, and he's reaching forward to this new wand, and he has the whole world in his hands, so he can go on a new adventure. And you have the Chariot as well, which would be a new adventure. And we go this way from Chariot, Page of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is progress. So I feel a lot of you are about to be making a lot of progress on a new adventure, something that you're excited about. The Page of Wands is enthusiastic and excited for his journey. So I feel for a lot of you that, I think it's really important that everybody moves towards their enthusiasm right now because our enthusiasm is guiding us towards new, exciting adventures, and that's probably what you should be going on. I do also feel that some of you could be attracting a fire sign, and so if you want love, you always get fire with me. Again, take it how it resonates. Could be any sign. It could just be, a fiery person or a person who has a lot of fire in their chart. So if you want love, it could just be a very fiery person that you're attracting here. I kind of feel that they're maybe a little bit slow with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles can be slow. Knight of Pentacles can sometimes move a little bit slower or can be a little bit more on the cautious side of things. Intuitively, I don't feel this is an issue. I actually feel you might like this about this person. That might be something that you really like. Like maybe this person just wants to take their time and, maybe they're not like forcing things to happen. So again, I actually feel pretty good about it. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I'm not like the biggest fan of the Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes I think he moves too slow, and it's like there has to be some sort of movement. But I think this is kind of that Goldilocks zone. They're moving like slower, but just at the right pace, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of new beginnings at this time. Again, every single person, pretty much has been getting a lot of aces in this set of readings that I'm doing right now, the mid-monthly readings. And the Ace of Pentacles is something that has a lot of potential. I think we are in a time of potential, and potential means absolutely nothing. So if you do nothing, then you won't get a result. But if you're being presented with an opportunity and you put in the work to make it work, then it will probably do better than expected. But like I said, we have to, we're definitely in a time of effort. We have to maybe put in a little bit of effort to get what we want. With the Two of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. So whenever a card repeats itself, it's just kind of confirmation from the universe. One thing I will say is I also feel for some of you that you're in a time of leadership as well. And the Two of Wands is a card of taking the lead, like really making something happen. The Chariot is about really taking control. The Chariot is a card of hard control in the tarot, so it's about like really grabbing onto those reins. And so if you're working on any projects, businesses, even relationships, this can be about like really making sure that you're the one that's in the driver's seat, right? With the Knight of Cups, with the Page of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, which would be a knight in shining armor. Like I said, definitely feel like the Page of Wands is the person that's showing up as love. I feel like this person is all of these cards right here. Page of Wands, Page of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So I feel like they are embracing those energies, right? And people can embrace many different energies. But I do feel that this could be a love offer that's coming in for you. I feel like this person, it's like I actually kind of feel, again, that maybe they have been moving slow if you're already dealing with a person and they're about to speed up. Or, again, this could be an admirer, because we go here to the Page of Cups. And it like, see how he's standing in front of this Six of Wands? It's like, they could see you glowing up or something like that. And they're like, well, hold your horses. Like, I don't want you to move too quickly. So your success could be the thing that is bringing like a good person in, because, they could see you kind of glowing up and they don't want to miss out. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have two cards. You have the Judgment card, and the Six of Swords. Love it. This would be like a new understanding that you are gaining with these two cards. The Judgment card is your purpose, and the Six of Swords would be you moving towards your purpose and cutting everything else out. So I feel a lot of you, really the words that I'm getting off of these two cards is new understanding. I feel like you are gaining a new understanding about like your calling or what you are feeling called to do. And then everything after it is really good. I mean, you go up to the Six of Wands, which is victory. Two of Pentacles and the good stuff would say you're going to be very busy working on your purpose, but it's showing up in the good stuff, so you're getting a result. Then we go over to the Ace of Cups, and Ace of Cups is something that you can do all day long. Ace of Cups is you discovering a purpose that like really causes you to overflow, so really nice. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Minotaur card. It says conflict, puzzle solving, and solar energy. You have this Turkey. It says metal, strategy, and service. So we are in a time of strategy. I think it's funny that, we have this card that says puzzle solving, and then we have this card of strategy as well. So I think that we are in a little bit of a puzzle. I've been saying it for years, that we are definitely not in a time of clarity. You have the Queen of Swords, which is clarity. So, there is maybe some clarity coming in an area of your life that has been a little puzzling, or that has been a little bit of a puzzle, is what I feel with these two cards. And you could be coming up with like a new strategy on how to be successful, or how to stand out, or, how to make things work. And that's really what I would pay attention to with these cards. You have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, she has clouds only halfway up her body, and so it represents the fact that she is gaining clarity for the first time, and she's kind of pointing over to that Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is coming up in the good stuff. So I feel for a lot of you that you are discovering something, that has been a little bit of a puzzle in your life, and maybe you're discovering like how you can work on it, whatever it is. For some of you, I feel like it's business, clearly, or work. For others, it could be love, your love life, and it's like you're discovering the best way to make it work. You have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a victory or success. I kind of feel like you just need to keep being successful no matter what, right? The Six of Wands, there's this person right here, and that person is meant to look jealous on the Six of Wands. And I feel like the Six of Wands is saying, like, who cares what anyone thinks as long as you're being successful, right? And I would just continue to be successful. And, the more successful you become, the more the haters come out of the woodwork. I feel like I've said this to you or something very similar before. And so I would just ignore the haters, keep pushing forward. Who cares what anyone says? I think we're in a time where we really have to let our results speak for themselves. When I was, I spoke in Texas in May, and someone asked the question. They said, I'm very spiritual, but my family doesn't believe it. How can I get them to believe it? And I said, you can't. There's nothing you can do. I said, all you can do is be an example for those people. It's like if you start living your best life, they're going to see it and they're going to ask you what you're doing, or they're going to start following your lead, which I think is probably more important for you, Libra, with those two of Wands showing up in your reading. It's like there's no need for you to do anything other than live your best life, right? And that's what I feel the Six of Wands is saying. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel this is a person that's finally moving a little bit quicker. I still feel they're going to be a little bit slow intuitively, but I also feel that they are kind of making progress. I also feel like you are clearly making progress. You have these aces. I feel this is what you're making progress towards, is the Ace of Cups. Again, Ace of Cups is fulfillment. It is being able to do something all day long and never running out of energy. So I feel a lot of you could be discovering something. I think I said the same thing to Taurus, by the way, and you and Taurus are both ruled by Venus. And if you have Taurus in your chart, you might want to go watch that reading, because it's kind of reminding me as being very similar to Taurus, which makes sense because you're both ruled by the same sign or the same planet. But again, I feel the same thing for you, where it's like you're not so much going to be working, hard in the future. The Ace of Cups is something that might require hard work, but again, it's something that you can do all day long. And I feel a lot of you are discovering your purpose. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. When we slow things down and we get quiet and we don't work too hard, that's where all the answers come from. And you have the Four of Swords twice. And it's like I said, it's like you've been working very hard with the Chariot, really making things happen. But we need these moments as well. We need those moments of rest, relaxation, quiet. We need those moments of kind of just taking a break. And, I always say, like, if I don't take a break, everything, I see it in my numbers. It's like if I don't take breaks or do other stuff than work, then things start to suffer. And I feel like that's what these two Four Swords are saying. It's like in those moments, if you don't take a break when you need one, then you're not going to be getting the answers you need or the guidance you need. Yeah, with the Six of Wands, you have the Devil. Again, I'm telling you, some of you clearly either have a jealous person or you have dealt with a jealous person. I think the best thing you can do is just completely ignore it. And especially this year, again, we have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year. And I always say the best thing to do during Mars retrograde is ignore the haters, ignore the gossip and all that other stuff. If you try to defend yourself under a Mars retrograde, you just look guilty, right? And but if you don't, then after the retrograde, then usually the truth comes out and you look like a genius. So I would just ignore it. With the Knight of Pentacles, see, this is even funnier. So you have the card of hard control, and then we go down to the Strength card, which is the card of soft control. So the Chariot is about like really taking control of things and really grabbing onto those reins. The Strength card is more passive. She is quieting her inner voice, her inner demons, her inner critic, but it's soft control. She's not like forcing things to happen. And it's almost like there's an energetic switch in your reading right at the beginning where you're going from like feeling like you really need to be in control to allowing control, which is different. And so I feel a lot of you, this is like a very powerful shift. Like I feel it's going to be good because it's like you're not forcing things to happen. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Dog Spirit says, be loyal to what you love. Yes. You have the Spider Spirit says, make your dreams real. So a lot of you are clearly or could be manifesting a dream. And the Spider Spirit is about a process. A spider has to weave a web before it can catch its bugs. So a lot of you could be discovering a process. I'm going to skip forward to this Ace of Cups because, I kind of feel like this Ace of Cups is about you discovering a process that kind of attracts more abundance into your life. Or, this could be a work process that you do all day long. It's almost like you are building a machine, and this could be in work or business. Could also be in your love life as well. It's like, I think that if you attract a person, for example, where you really understand each other and you speak their love language, it's almost like you're building a machine. You can just keep doing what you're doing and it's going to work, right? And so I kind of get that feeling with the Ace of Cups that it's more talking about flow or creating a better flow in whatever you're doing. You have the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups as well. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. In the good stuff, it would say you're balancing those two things out. We talked about this with the Four Swords, that you're balancing out like rest and work. And I feel this is just saying you're kind of in perfect balance. You have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a new love offer. Definitely could be a fire sign for sure. Could be any sign. General reading. But, I do feel that there is love coming in for you. I feel like it's going to make you very happy. And again, I feel like that Goldilocks thing that I was talking about earlier. It's almost like this person, it's like I feel like they're just right. It's like not too much, not too little. Just the right amount of whatever it is you're looking for. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Chariot. So you're probably going to switch back at some point, right? Like this, to me, maybe you're going on a vacation, or maybe you're just kind of, kind of recharging your batteries, and then you're going to get right back to the hard work. So, I think it's kind of funny how this is set up. With the Page of Cups, you have the Six of Wands. There you go. So I knew that these two were connected right here. The other thing is that you could be attracting someone who is also finding success. It's like, both of you have the Six of Wands here. So you could be becoming successful and you could be attracting a person who's becoming successful. And that could be a really good connection for you. With the Ace of Cups, you have the King of Cups. Could also be a water sign, apparently. You have about 19 water cards here. And so if you want love, could be any sign. The King of Cups could also just be a person who's very emotionally stable, who is emotionally secure and who understands their emotions. So, definitely could be a person like that as well. But let's see. You have this revenge card. I'm telling you, I would be careful of any jealous people. I would just ignore them. Again, during Mars retrograde, a terrible time to try to get revenge. If someone is trying to get revenge on you for whatever reason, I would ignore it. And again, trust me, it will go away. So I would just completely ignore it and act like it doesn't exist. You have this criticism card. Again, it's really the only challenge in your reading. It's a very good reading, but you have the devil with that Six of Wands. And even before the devil, I pointed out that person in the background. So, I feel like for some of you, you have a person who is criticizing you or doesn't like you. Again, I would just avoid him. This is not something I would worry about. And again, as a matter of fact, with Mars retrograde at the end of the year, I would just completely ignore it. You have this exaltation card. Yeah, it's like the universe is blessing you. You have the Six of Wands twice, Chariot twice, Two of Wands twice, all these repeating cards. Whenever you have a bunch of repeating cards in a reading, it just says that you're on the right path. You're doing what you need to be doing. And so just keep doing what you're doing. The universe is blessing you. This exaltation card says the universe is really guiding you and the universe is really on your side. So just keep doing what you're doing. You have this adaptability card. Every single person gets this card. This deck has about 900 cards in it. You can see how thick this is, right? And that adaptability card says you just have to stay flexible, which everybody has to do right now. So, just is what it is. And finally, you have this discrimination card. This card says that you have learned how to tell the difference between, what's good for you and what's bad for you. And again, I would just double down on the good stuff. Very simple reading in a lot of ways, so love it. But this looks really, really good here, Libra. I love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.